What's going on, baseball fans? How are we doing tonight? It is a wonderful, is it Monday? Monday. Hope everyone's having a good day. It's award season, everyone. I'm going to go over all of my awards tonight. These are my awards. These aren't predictions. These are the awards that I would give if I was the person in charge of the awards. We're probably going to have some arguments, and that's fine. But overall, we are going to have fun. So let's go ahead. Let's get started. And how are we all doing, everyone? Welcome. Let's take a look at the chat. How are we doing? We got 23 people in here so far. Hopefully we can get a little more in here tonight. How's everyone doing in the chat? Make sure this volume's turned down a little bit. Alrighty. So I actually just realized I thought they were starting the awards tomorrow, and they actually started it tonight. So Major League Baseball has announced that Kyle Lewis is the Rookie of the Year in the American League. We'll see if my pick is the same as that one. And they just announced Devin Williams as the Rookie of the Year in the National League. So we'll have to see if my pick lines up with that as well. So before I get started, let's take a quick look at the chat. I was live on Friday night, and I talked about the Alex Cora rehiring. I didn't really have enough time to get to the chat that night. That was a pretty quick stream, so apologize about that, everyone. Sorry that I couldn't really read the chat too much. I was running pretty short on time, so definitely want to talk with you guys more tonight in the chat. But we definitely have a lot to cover. We got a lot of awards to cover. So how are we all doing? I see Chris Rodriguez is here. What's going on? How are we doing? Kejatel Notin. I think I pronounced that right. I apologize if I didn't. BZ Baseball. What's going on? Southside Strider. Jackson's here. Yes, Jackson. I'm going to do my best to read the chat today. But Wacky is here. Wacky's here. What's going on? Let's turn that music off. How are we doing? Blobfish is here. What's going on? How are we doing? Jonathan Romero. Hello. Alrighty. So, the Washington Nationals are here. Wow. Who would have thought the Washington Nationals would be here? JH Sports, what's going on? My Monday was great, my friend. Actually, you know what? I was very tired today. I had a case of the Mondays today. I was very, very tired. So, Marcial Edward Frias, Mookie Betts should be the NL MVP. We'll have to wait and see if that is what my pick ends up being. That was a very tough one for me to pick, the National League MVP. I like to weigh a whole lot of different things, and that one was very hard for me to pick. So to me, National League MVP, I would say that and the Cy Young is probably those are the most heated debates, I would say. American League, I would say maybe not the MVP in the American League, but there's some more straightforward ones in the American League this year, I think. But we got 30 people in the chat, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Again, this won't take too long tonight. I'm probably thinking maybe 20, 30 minutes tonight, something like that. I'll talk with you guys here in the chat. I'll see what you guys think of my picks. You are more than welcome to disagree, but all I ask is just please be respectful. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. You can just say you disagree. Don't say mean things, Hey, this is a nice civil chat, all right? If you don't agree, you don't gotta call me an ugly idiot. It's fine, it's okay. But yes, be respectful in the chat, please. That's all I ask. So let's go ahead. I might as well get started. So the first one I'm going to go over is American League Manager of the Year. Here are my finalists as of right now. We have Rocco Baldelli, Kevin Cash, and Rick Renneria. So the Twins this year, very disappointing in the playoffs. But the Twins, once again, had a very good season. The White Sox making the playoffs for the first time in quite a while. And Rick Renneria was the man to lead them there. And Kevin Cash leading the Rays all the way to the World Series this year, came within 2 wins of a World Series championship. Remember, everyone, these awards are not based off of the playoffs. These are based off of the regular season. You have to remember that. Some argue that you should use the playoffs, as part of it, but hey, it is what it is. It's based off of regular season. So my pick. So also real quick before I kind of go on here as well, I forgot to mention too that I did make some videos in the last week of the season. Those may have been a little premature, but some of those picks are maybe still the same. We'll have to wait and see, but yeah, so these are like my official awards. So if you do see some older videos that I did make, yeah, a little premature on my end. But let's get back to American League Manager of the Year. So my American League Manager of the Year is Kevin Cash. So Kevin Cash, he has not had right now. He's kind of in the doghouse, as you would say. For some decisions that he made in the World Series, to where, yes, maybe he left Tyler Glasnow in a little too long, took Blake Snell out a little too quick. But for the Rays this season were phenomenal. They were fantastic in the regular season. They faced some really good competition this year in the regular season. All the teams on the East, you had teams like the Yankees, the Braves, the Phillies had a decent lineup. The Marlins were a tough team this year. The Blue Jays were a tough team. So the Rays this year, they had some good competition, and they had the best record in the American League. And Kevin Cash was the man behind the plan, and he pushed a lot of really good buttons this year. First off, like I said, they had the best record in the American League. They had the best bullpen. Kevin Cash, for the most part this year, maybe some weird decisions in the playoffs, or in the World Series at least, but had the best bullpen overall based off of wins above replacement. They had a lot of injuries this year, the Rays did, and he was able to get through all of that and still have the best record in the American League. And, of course, the third lowest payroll. What else can you say about Kevin Cash? What a great job managing this year. Sure, he did not have the best decisions, and he even acknowledges that. But overall, I think Kevin Cash is the best the best manager in the American League. So tell me what you think in the comments. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you agree, or if you disagree, give me a thumbs down. Let's see what you guys think. While you guys are giving me thumbs up or thumbs down, I'm going to sip on my coffee because I like coffee. So Jackson agrees. Come on, people. Give me those thumbs ups. Give me those thumbs down. Here they come. Oh, boy. Here we go. Chester disagrees. Kira, what's going on? Kira, right on time for my Kevin Cash pick. JH Sports, he agrees. Edmund is waving. I'm going to assume that's a thumbs up. Sean Murphy does not agree. He thoroughly disagrees. Jonathan Romero agrees. Alrighty, so moving on. Let's get to the National League. So here are my finalists in the National League. We have David Ross. We have Don Mattingly. And, oh my goodness, I'm going, oh my goodness, I'm going completely blank on his name right now. Oh my God, I'm going, what is the, wow, I'm going completely blank on the name. Jace Tingler, sorry about that. Jace Tingler. Goodness, I was thinking, is it Jake? Or I couldn't remember. Jace, I apologize about that. That just shows I need to pay more attention to Padres baseball. But Dave Ross, overall, his first year managing with the Cubs this year, a pretty solid performance if you ask me. And then Jace Tingler, look at the Padres this year. A fantastic season from the Padres. Came up a bit short in the playoffs. But Don Mattingly, for the Marlins this year. What a great job from Don Mattingly. The Marlins making the playoffs for the first time since 2003. And my pick for National League Manager of the Year goes to Don Mattingly. So Don Mattingly, to me, I think he had probably the most difficult circumstances among any manager this year. First off, you have the Marlins. No one even thought the Marlins were going to compete. They hadn't made the playoffs since 2003. They had a lot of young guys, especially pitching-wise. They had the fourth lowest payroll. And not only that, not only did they already have these circumstances coming into this year, they had all of these COVID-19 positive tests. And this Marlins team, they were completely derailed by that at one point. Don Mattingly, to me, I thought had a fantastic season as the manager of the Marlins. You would probably, who knows if the Marlins would have made the playoffs this year had they done the regular format? We don't know. We don't know how they would have done in a regular 162-game season. But for what it was, Don Mattingly, he got the job done, and he excelled with this team. They really they completely exceeded expectations this year. It still boggles my mind that they were able to make the playoffs. And then I know we're not really counting playoffs here, but they were able to get by the Cubs in that first round, and they got to the National League Division Series. Who would have thought that? So there is my pick for the National League Manager of the Year. So give me a thumbs up in the chat or a thumbs down if you disagree. Let me know what you think. We got 54 people in the chat right now while I'm awaiting your thumbs ups and your thumbs down. If you are just coming in, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. We're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers. The more likes will help this stream get out to more baseball fans. So if you are just coming in, welcome everyone. I hope you're all having a great Monday. We're going over my awards. So 56 people in the chat. Alrighty, sounds good to me. Alrighty, I'm seeing a lot of thumbs up. Alrighty, that sounds good to me. Looks like we're all on the same page with Mr. Don Mattingly. What a great year he had. What a great year for the Marlins. So they got completely slammed by the Braves in the division series. But you know what? The fact that they made it there is phenomenal. So moving on, we are done with the managers. We're now going to move on to the Rookie of the Year. And Major League Baseball did just announce the Rookie of the Years. I thought they were announcing it tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe I just got my dates mixed up. So, hey, whatever. But my American League Rookie of the Year finalists. Okay, we got Sean Murphy. We got Luis Robert. And we got Kyle Lewis. This was pretty close. This is a very close race. A lot of people kind of more flip-flopping towards Luis Robert and Kyle Lewis, but don't disregard the work that Sean Murphy did this year for the Athletics. A great year as the catcher for the Athletics. He did a phenomenal job this year, had a really solid season. But really, this kind of came down to Luis Robert and Kyle Lewis. And my pick for the American League Rookie of the Year, I do agree with Major League Baseball in picking Kyle Lewis. So Kyle Lewis, to me, I think while Luis Robert, he did end up playing on a playoff team, I think Kyle Lewis just had a slightly better season overall. It was very, very close. If anyone picked Luis Robert, I'm not going to hate on that pick, but for me personally, I went with Kyle Lewis. So Kyle Lewis this year hit .262, had 11 homers, 28 RBIs, an OPS of 801, and a WRC plus of 126. So these were rankings among rookies. So he was, I believe, tied for first with 11 home runs among rookies. But Kyle Lewis, he had a great season, and he also had that amazing catch. Probably the catch, I don't know, maybe not the catch of the year. I could argue that's the catch of the year. But Kyle Lewis, to me, he was a stud this year for the Mariners. The Mariners are going to be a very exciting team in the next few years. And Kyle Lewis is going to be right there in the middle. So, great year for Kyle Lewis. Luis Robert, too, I think he had a really solid season. But to me, Kyle Lewis, if we go take a look at the stats real quick, let me pull up some stats here for you. I wanted to compare a couple of things. Let me pull this up. Hold on one second for me. Here we go. American League rookies. All right, let me share my screen. Okay, so looking at Fangraphs. So with Kyle Lewis, what it came down to for me was, I think everyone can see. Yes. So Kyle Lewis, if we take a look, Luis Robert, he struck out a little more than Kyle Lewis, and Kyle Lewis walked more. Kyle Lewis had a better on-base percentage than Luis Robert. So actually, taking a look here, Kyle Lewis had a .364 on base. Okay, while Luis Robert was right at around 300. He had a 302 on base. So Luis Robert was, he definitely drove in some runs for sure. So if we take a look at the slugging, right, Kyle Lewis had a .437 slugging. It was a tick better than Luis Robert at .436. So, but overall, the on-base percentage is what kind of did it for me. With Kyle Lewis, it had just a really good on base, .364. So that was kind of the deciding factor to me. Let me come back to you here. But yeah, that was the deciding factor for me. I thought Kyle Lewis just did a better job at getting on base this year. I think, sure, the White Sox made the playoffs, but they had a lot of bangers in that lineup. And, Kyle Lewis to me was the Mariners were actually in it for a little while there. They were kind of in it until around a week out from the playoffs. So they weren't eliminated until right at the end of the season. And Kyle Lewis to me was a big reason for that. So, give me your opinions. Do you agree? Give me a thumbs up if you agree, or give me a thumbs down if you disagree. David Rio, I'm seeing you're saying Randy Arozarena. So Arozarena actually did have a pretty decent season, but he just didn't play that many games. I think he only played around 27, 30 games, something like that. You can't count the postseason. That's completely different. So, but alrighty, I'm seeing some thumbs up here. 71 people in the chat. What is going on, everyone? Hit that like button for me. That'll help get this stream out to more baseball fans. And if you are just joining us, hit that subscribe button. We're talking baseball all the time. We got some off-season goodies coming up here. So definitely hit that subscribe button if you are looking for more baseball content. Alrighty, so I do see some thumbs ups. I see a couple of thumbs downs. But yeah, there's my pick for American League Rookie of the Year. Now, this is where the next one, this one was also very close. Let's take a look at National League Rookie of the Year. Here we go. Here are my finalists. Okay, we had Devin Williams, we had Jake Cronenworth, and we have Alec Bohm. Those are my three finalists. Each three had a very solid season. Alec Bohm really came on strong when he got called up for the Phillies this year. Jake Cronenworth was off to just a really hot start. He did kind of fade towards the end, and Devin Williams was just phenomenal out of the bullpen. Devin Williams, I got to say, he was on my fantasy team and this year that ended up winning a championship for me. And Devin Williams, I have to say, maybe a little bias here on my part, but Devin Williams was so good for me in fantasy baseball. So, but yeah, here are my three finalists. And my pick for National League Rookie of the Year, I'm agreeing with Major League Baseball. I'm going with Devin Williams. I had Jake Cronenworth. I made a video before the season ended. I actually had Jake Cronenworth as my National League Rookie of the Year. But my goodness, I just love what Devin Williams did this year out of the bullpen for the Brewers. Without him, who knows if the Brewers would have gotten that last spot in the playoffs. I don't think they would have. This guy was absolutely just shut down out of that bullpen. He was nuts. Look at these stats. I mean, this is nuts, man. He had 27 innings over 22 games. There were multiple times he pitched a couple of innings. I think he pitched a few innings one time. Can't quite remember if he pitched 3 innings one time or not. But look at the ERA, a 0.33 ERA. But then you look at the FIP. It was still phenomenal, 0.86 FIP. You've got to be kidding me. Look, that is crazy. You don't ever see an FIP like that. Look at the strikeouts per 9. 17. He almost had 18 strikeouts per 9. This guy was an animal out of the bullpen for the Brewers. And honestly, this is where I think the Brewers, they can trade Josh Hader now, I think. You can make this guy the closer. And this guy is going to be he's going to be phenomenal this year. I really was leaning toward Jake Cronenworth because he was really good this season. But Jake Cronenworth to me was he kind of faded down the stretch a little bit, and there were just some other guys that were pretty similar with him, guys like Alec Bohm, where they had similar stats. Even if we go take a look, actually, let's go take a look at the National League rookies real quick. Even like Ke'Bryan Hayes, he only played 24 games, but Ke'Bryan Hayes had a much better batting average than Jake Cronenworth, like almost 100 points better. Hold on, let me share my screen actually so you can see what I'm looking at. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. So, yeah, looking at Alec Bohm had a much better batting average than Jake Cronenworth. Jake Cronenworth, he was phenomenal this year. Yeah. Oh, we got something going on. What is going on? AJ Ayala has just subscribed. Thank you, my friend, for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Really appreciate that. But yeah, looking at Alec Bohm, he had 4 home runs as well. He actually had more RBIs than Jake Cronenworth. He had a much better batting average. I mean, the thing with Jake Cronenworth, though, is he just played more games. He was definitely a key fixture in that Padres lineup. So this, to me, where I couldn't really go with Jake Cronenworth because there were just a couple other guys that were pretty similar with him. So to me, I had to go with, to me, the tiebreaker was Devin Williams. This guy was nuts. He had a phenomenal season. We got another person subscribing. Jose Salazar has just subscribed. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Thank you. So unbelievable year for Devin Williams this year. So give me a thumbs up in the chat if you agree with the Devin Williams pick. I did just see earlier he was announced as the official Rookie of the Year, and I completely agree. It took me a little bit to warm up to it because I was kind of almost at the beginning. I was a bit against going with a reliever, but you know what? He pitched in a lot of games this year as a rookie. So, you know what? I was okay with it. And you know what? The guy helped me win my fantasy baseball championship. So it may be a little bias on my end, but we're seeing a lot of thumbs up, I'm glad all of you agree. Again, you don't have to disagree with me, or you don't have to agree with me. You can disagree with me. So, but yes, I think we all can agree that Devin Williams is an absolute stud. So, alrighty, moving on. Now we're going to start getting into some juicy ones here. Let's get into the Cy Young. Here are my AL Cy Young finalists. We got Kenta Maeda, we got Shane Bieber, and we got Dylan Bundy. So these 3 were pretty solid. And you know what? I'm just going to get right to it because this one is just really obvious. I'm going with Shane Bieber. I mean, come on. You know, what else is there to say? This is the easiest one. This is the easiest award to pick. A phenomenal season for Shane Bieber. Won the All-Star Game MVP last year, and he just really kept it rolling this year. He did struggle in the playoffs. He had a downer of an outing against the Yankees, but you know what? We're not going off of playoffs here. We're going off a regular season. The guy only lost one time, 8-1 record, a 1.63 ERA, a 2.07 FIP. He kind of walked some guys, but he wasn't terrible. He ranked 11th with about 2.5 walks per 9. But he struck out a ton of guys, 14 strikeouts per 9. This guy was incredible. So I'm going to imagine most of you are going to say Shane Bieber is the American League Cy Young. So give me a thumbs up if you agree with me, or give me a thumbs down. Do you think it should have gone to maybe a Kenta Maeda or a Dylan Bundy? Let me know. What do you guys think? Yeah, we're seeing a Hyun-Jin Ryu. Hyun-Jin Ryu had a pretty solid season too. Cooper Nelson disagrees. Oh man. I definitely want to point out to all of you that I am, when it comes to pitching, I want you all to kind of have a bit of a heads up here. I am really big on FIP instead of ERA. I think FIP personally is a better number to look at when it comes to pitching because those... Oh, we got someone else subscribing. What is going on? Serious Matt, SRS Matt has just subscribed. What's going on, man? Welcome to the channel. So, but I look at FIP a lot more than ERA. I think FIP is a bit better to look at just because it kind of weighs things that a pitcher can control more. It factors more of the home runs allowed. It factors the walks. It factors the strikeouts. Whereas earned run average, it kind of factors in the defense as well because, you know, I mean, with ERA... Oh, we got someone else subscribing. AWF32 has just subscribed. Welcome to the channel. With ERA, it's simply just how many runs you gave up over innings. So that necessarily might not, you know, there could have been, you know, a diving catch somewhere in there where the defense really helped out. You know, so that's where I looked at FIP a little bit more because it factors more kind of just what a pitcher can control. So that is where we're going to move on. And I think we're going to really ruffle some feathers with this next one. And I'm expecting some... Oh, we got someone else. We're having a subscriber party right now. LJJ533 has just subscribed. What is going on? We're on the road to 4,000 subscribers, so definitely hit that subscribe button if you're coming in. Hit that thumbs up for me. We need to get this stream out to more baseball fans. So But here we go. I'm going to see some ruffled feathers here. Here we go. National League Cy Young. Let's get to it. Here we go. Jacob deGrom, Trevor Bauer, Yu Darvish. These three were phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal seasons from all three. I think each three have an argument. I think you could say each three have an argument to win this. Here we go. 96 people in the chat. Oh, I can't wait for this. There's a lot of people in here, and we're going to ruffle some feathers. My Cy Young for the National League. No, it is not Trevor Bauer. It is Jacob deGrom winning his third straight Cy Young Award. Oh my. Oh, I think I have the record wrong. Don't pay attention to that record. That was Shane Bieber's record. Do not look at that record. I apologize. I definitely did not mean to put that there. ERA. Look at the ERA. 2.38. That ranked fourth. However, I really took into consideration of the FIP. It was a 2.26. That ranked second among National League starting pitchers. He had, did I mess up on, are these actually, I don't think these are his stats. Crap, everyone, I think I goofed up. Hold on, let me pull up his stats right here. I think those are Shane Bieber's stats. Darn it. Hold on a second. Here, I'll pull up the stats right here. I apologize, everyone. Here we go. So, Jacob deGrom this year. Dang, man, I can't believe I goofed that up. Here we go. Let me share my screen. Here we go. So, Jacob deGrom, he had a record of 4-2. I don't really look at the wins and losses when it comes to... Let me actually... One second, everyone. We are goofing up right now. Hold on. Let's move this up here so you guys can see a little better. Here we go. Okay. Now, I think we can all see this a little bit better. All right. So, looking at Jacob deGrom. Okay. I looked at FIP. Okay. This is... I know a lot of you are probably completely irritated right now. You absolutely hate this pick. But you know what? I'm going to warm you up to it a little bit. Here we go. Jacob deGrom. He had a 2.26 FIP. If you go down to Trevor Bauer, his was a 2.88. Okay? Big difference between those two. Okay? Trevor Bauer, yes, I agree. He had the better ERA. I mean, there's no denying that. He had a much better ERA than Jacob deGrom. He was first in ERA in the National League. But I don't like ERA. Okay, I'm not a big fan of ERA because that factors in defense a lot. And hey, to me, the things that you control, that's where FIP shows it. Okay, if we take a look at strikeouts per 9, Jacob deGrom had more strikeouts per 9. Okay, here we go. Taking a look. Jacob deGrom was first in the National League in strikeouts per 9. Okay, Trevor Bauer is right behind him, but Jacob deGrom was the clear winner here. deGrom maybe walked a little bit more. However, Trevor Bauer, he gave up maybe a little bit more home runs than Jacob deGrom. So that to me, these cancel out. Jacob deGrom, this is where I looked at the FIP and I looked at the strikeouts per 9. Sure, Trevor Bauer pitched a few more innings, but to me, Jacob deGrom, when it comes to the advanced stats, Jacob deGrom is better than Trevor Bauer this year. And another factor that I weighed. Okay, here, let me come back to you. Another factor that I weighed. Trevor Bauer did not face as many good offenses as Jacob deGrom. Jacob deGrom had to face some really good offenses in the East divisions, right? He had teams like the Braves that he had to go up against. He went up against the Red Sox. I know the Red Sox weren't really that great, but the Red Sox had some decent hitting. They went up. I believe he went and started against. I think he started against the Rays one game. Let's actually take a look. Jacob deGrom. Game log. So let's take a look here. Hold on, let me share my screen once again. Here we go. So Jacob deGrom. Okay, he went up against some really good lineups. Okay, taking a look here. 2020. Let me move this over just slightly. There we go. Here we go. Okay, so. He had to go up against the Braves. He went up against the Red Sox. Okay, so he went up against the Braves a couple of times. He had to face a good Phillies lineup a couple of times. He went up against the Rays one time. He struck out 14 Rays, right? 14 Rays. He struck out 12 Phillies in one game. Okay, Juan Soto on the Nationals struck out 10 there. Okay, I mean 14 strikeouts against the Marlins. I mean, goodness gracious, Jacob deGrom was very good. To me, in my opinion, I think Jacob deGrom simply just went up against some better offense. If we go take a look at Trevor Bauer, no disrespect to Trevor Bauer, the guy was phenomenal this year. But when I'm comparing Bauer and deGrom, right? When I'm comparing Bauer and deGrom, I'm sorry, but when I see Bauer, he went up against the Tigers a couple of times. He went up against the Brewers, the Royals, the Brewers. The Cubs really didn't have that great of an offense, to be honest with you. He went up against the Pirates. He went up against the Cubs, the Pirates. He went up against the White Sox, okay, and he gave up a couple runs there, and he got the loss in that game. He only had 5 strikeouts. So to me, he did his best against weaker lineups. I'm sorry. I love Trevor Bauer. I think he's fantastic. I love the guy. I think he's hilarious. But to me, Jacob deGrom he was better. I'm sorry. He went up against better teams. So here's maybe a bit of a hot take. I think Trevor Bauer I think he's getting more attention because he's more outspoken. I think that's just simply what it is. I think everyone's seeing kind of the things that Trevor Bauer is saying on social media. He's been calling out Rob Manfred. I think people have a bit of a thing for Trevor Bauer, and I have no problem with that. But I think people are kind of leaning towards Trevor Bauer a little bit more here because you just like the guy, and I like the guy too. So, we got someone subscribing. Who is it? Mets fan 575 just subscribed. Me picking Jacob deGrom as a Cy Young just earned that subscriber. Thank you, my friend. But I mean, come on. Let's be real here. Let's be real. Trevor Bauer, sure, he led an ERA, but he did not lead an FIP. He had less strikeouts per 9. I mean, come on. I mean, hey, you can disagree with me. It's okay. I'm just saying. But let's be real. I think a lot of people are picking Trevor Bauer just because you like Trevor Bauer. And that's not a bad thing. Okay? You know, I love Trevor Bauer. To me, I would not be mad. If Trevor Bauer won the award, I would not be mad. But to me, I'm looking at the numbers. Jacob deGrom was, I think, just simply better. Okay? Simple as that. And also, looking at the XFIP, too. Look at the XFIP. Look at the difference. Look at the difference in the XFIP. Okay? This is kind of like ERA based off of how many fly balls you gave up. Jacob deGrom led the National League in XFIP. Trevor Bauer ranked 5th. Okay? I'm sorry, everyone. I know I'm hurting some feelings with this one, but I'm just saying, man. Jacob deGrom, to me, is my National League Cy Young. Sorry, everyone, that I kind of goofed up on this little graphic. I put Shane Bieber's stats by accident. I think I copy-pasted the wrong thing. But let's move on to the American League MVP finalists. Okay, here we go. My 3 finalists. Here we go. Oh, wait, no. Wait, did I do so? Oh, yeah, no, we're good. Okay. We got Jose Ramirez. We got Jose Abreu. And we got DJ LeMahieu. Here are my 3 finalists. Okay, these 3 guys, to me, I think should be the most deserving of winning this award this year. These 3 were fantastic. And this one's probably going to ruffle some feathers too. This one, oh man, there's going to be some people that are going to get mad. You're going to leave the chat. You're going to hate me. You're going to unsubscribe. I can see it now. But here we go. My MVP for the American League, Jose Ramirez. That's who I'm going with. Jose Ramirez, to me, I think had a very underrated season. I love Jose Ramirez. I think he's very good. I think the defense could use a little work. But Jose Ramirez, to me, 292 on the year, 17 home runs. That ranked 3rd, 53 RBIs, OPS of 993, WRC plus of 163. I just think personally, Jose Ramirez, while these other guys had some really good offensive stats as well, I think Jose Ramirez, to me, I just think he was just overall the Indians' best player this year. The Indians really lacked a lineup this year, and this guy was the most consistent thing in this lineup. And to me, with the White Sox, they had boppers all over the place. To me, I'd probably go Jose Abreu 2nd, and here's why. I'm going to tell you why. I see a lot of you right now, thumbs down, saying Abreu. Here's why I did not go with Jose Abreu, and you can still disagree with me if you want to, and that's okay. But here's a reason I went with Jose Abreu, or did not go with Jose Abreu, sorry. I just think Jose Abreu, that the defensive score that he had Hold on one second. I keep forgetting to share my screen. Jose Abreu, at a negative 5.4 defensive runs above average. And to me, I don't think it was all that great. While Jose Ramirez hit a 1.7 defensive runs above average, I really considered defense here. I thought Jose Ramirez, I think just overall offered a more complete game. I mean, he kind of kept up with Jose Abreu stat-wise. He had, Jose Abreu definitely had more RBIs, but he was right there with home runs. He was right there with WRC plus, 163 WRC plus, 167 WRC plus. And when I'm looking at the defense, I just couldn't help but say, you know what, Jose Ramirez, he played some good defense this year. I thought he was just overall a more complete player than Jose Abreu was this year. And to me, and I also considered as well, what is going on here? Here we go. I also really just considered the word valuable as well. To me, that White Sox lineup was just so good, had so many good pieces all over that lineup. And to me, the Indians did not have that great of a lineup. I mean, they had Francisco Lindor, but he was kind of struggling this year. And Jose Ramirez was a guy that really stepped up for them all year. And I'm just really kind of looking at that word valuable, right? If you take Jose Ramirez out of that lineup, who knows what the Indians do this year? I think Jose Ramirez, and he had the walk-off home run to clinch a playoff spot. So to me, I thought that was really cool as well. I know some of you are going to disagree with that pick, and that's completely okay. If you want to pick Jose Abreu or DJ LeMahieu or someone else, I'm completely okay. I've actually seen some people go with Shane Bieber as the MVP, and I think I don't think that's a bad pick as well. I think Shane Bieber was phenomenal. But yeah, so that's my pick for the American League MVP. And before we get out of here for tonight, okay, we're going to go over National League MVP. So let's get to it. Here are my three finalists, okay? We got Fernando Tatis Jr., okay? We got Freddie Freeman, and we got Mookie Betts. Who is going to take home MVP in the National League? It looked like Fernando Tatis Jr. early on was going to take the award, okay? It looked like he was going to run away with it. What is everyone saying? Fuzzy's here. Is Fuzzy actually here? Where's Fuzzy? Oh my God, Fuzzy's here. Oh, holy crap, Fuzzy. What's going on, my friend? How are we doing? Hey, Fuzzy, did you see my pick of Jose Ramirez? I know you got to be jumping up and down. I'm just saying, man. I went with Jose Ramirez. I hope you are happy, my friend. I hope you are happy. Anyway, Fuzzy, welcome to the chat. Wow, an honor, my friend, an honor. Congratulations on 200,000 subscribers recently. So hopefully I get there in the next 30 years. But here we go. My three finalists for MVP. Okay, Fernando Tatis Jr. looked like he was going to run away with it early on. But then all of a sudden, he kind of started to die off a little bit. And then you started seeing Mookie Betts just gun guys down all over the place, hitting home runs all over the place. But then Freddie Freeman was just annihilating everything in his path. So who is it going to be? I think it's going to come down here to Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts. I think that's what most people are going to go with. But with me, I'm going Freddie Freeman. No, I am not going Mookie Betts. I'm not going to be that biased Red Sox fan. Yes, I cry myself to sleep over Mookie Betts leaving the Red Sox and being traded away. So I will cry myself to sleep over that every single night of my life. But I got to go Freddie Freeman here. This guy was phenomenal this year. There were a lot of good pieces in that lineup for the Braves. A lot of good pieces in that lineup. But to me, I think Freddie Freeman was the guy that kind of just made this lineup go. He was the constant. He was the guy right there always doing something. If you take him out of that lineup, I'm not sure how good that Braves lineup would be. Take a look at everything he did. Just everything, all across the board. He ranked second in batting average with 341, 17 homers, 53 RBIs, a 1.102 OPS, a WRC plus of 187, ranked second in all of those. Freddie Freeman was just insane. And then also Freddie Freeman this year, he was a bit better on the defense. He wasn't, I think he could be maybe a smidge better on defense. But overall, I think Freddie Freeman this year was just phenomenal. And Freddie Freeman this year too, he had the he had all the COVID stuff early on, and he really came back from that. I think he said he had like a fever of like 104 or something like that. I can't remember the number. So the fact that he was able to put together that kind of a season after having, that kind of a start to the year, I think that was phenomenal. Had a walk-off home run somewhere in there. To me, if you take Freddie Freeman out of that Braves lineup, I don't know how good that lineup's going to be. I think he was the one that kind of made it go. He was kind of the spark of that lineup for this whole year, especially with that pitching. That pitching really got hit a lot this year with the Braves, and they needed all of the offense they could. They needed everyone to step up in that lineup, and to me, Freddie Freeman stepped up the most. So I think Freddie Freeman really deserves this award. I did want to go Mookie Betts a bit just because of the defense. I really love the defense of Mookie Betts. Again, I cry myself to sleep every night that he's not here in Boston. But to me, Freddie Freeman was just clearly the guy this year, and I think he really deserves it. He's come close to getting an MVP a couple of times, but I think this is the year where he deserves it. So give me a thumbs up in the chat. What do you think? Do you agree with Freddie Freeman winning the MVP, or would you go with someone else? I'm seeing some thumbs up. Nick says good. Blobfish with the thumbs up. You got 69 people in the chat. What is going on, everyone? Hope you're all having a fantastic Monday. Hit that thumbs up if you can. Get more baseball fans. We got Fuzzy in here. That's what I'm saying. Hey, hit that thumbs up. It's going to get some people in here. And we got Fuzzy. Fuzzy, if you're still here, man, thank you again for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Hey, love all the consistent work that you do. Appreciate it. No, BZ Baseball. No, I did not see what Tony La Russa. Are you saying Tony La Russa? I did not see it. I'll have to go look. But alrighty, everyone. So those are my awards this year. So going over, just recapping here, we had Kevin Cash as American League Manager of the Year. We had Don Mattingly as NL Manager of the Year. AL Rookie of the Year, Kyle Lewis. NL Rookie of the Year, Devin Williams. American League Cy Young, Shane Bieber. National League Cy Young. Don't look at those stats. They're wrong. They're wrong. Those are Shane Bieber stats, I believe. Are they Shane Bieber stats? I don't know what the heck I did there. But Jacob deGrom, definitely ruffling some feathers there. I love Trevor Bauer. I love him immensely, but I had to go Jacob deGrom here. Had to go Jacob deGrom. AL MVP, I'm going Jose Ramirez. I know Fuzzy is running around in his undies right now saying, oh my God, Jose Ramirez is the MVP. And then National League MVP, Freddie Freeman. So those are my picks for the awards this year. So everyone, I want to thank you for stopping by tonight. Again, I didn't want to have too long of a stream tonight. So just wanted to just kind of go over my awards. So everyone, thank you so much for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. And definitely be on the lookout for some more videos this week. I got some kind of couple of videos on some trades that I would like to maybe see happen. I definitely got another free agency video coming out this week. So yeah, be on the lookout for those. And everyone, I want to thank you so much for coming out. It's been another great night talking some baseball. So everyone, have a great night, and I'll talk to you next time.